morning, Yellow family. Let's start our day by singing our good morning song. And we're going to sing the new one, the choo-choo train. The good morning train is coming, how are you? Choo-choo. The good morning train is coming, how are you? Choo-choo. The good morning train is coming, good morning train is coming. Good morning train is coming, how are you? Choo-choo. Let's say hello to Henry, how are you? Choo-choo. Let's say hello to Claire, how are you? Choo-choo. Let's say hello to Sawyer, let's say hello to Benjamin, let's say hello to Madeline, how are you? Choo-choo. Let's say hello to Landon, how are you? Choo-choo. Let's say hello to Cassidy, how are you? Choo-choo. Let's say hello to Declan, let's say hello to Griffin, let's say hello to William, how are you? Choo-choo. Let's say hello to Gia, how are you? Choo-choo. Let's say hello to Rosalind, how are you? Choo-choo. Let's say hello to Miss Jennifer, let's say hello to Miss Ann, let's say hello to Miss Alexa, how are you? Choo-choo.
Hi, Yellow family. We are going to say our prayer. So 5 fingers here, 5 fingers there. Put them together and let's say a prayer. Dear Lord, please help all the teachers and all of our students and parents, all our Yellow family, stay healthy and safe. And Lord, thank you for all the first responders and the doctors and nurses, mailmen, grocery store clerks, everyone that's helping us during this difficult time. Amen.
Hello, it's time for one of our favorite songs at preschool called The Donut Shop. A 1 and a 2 and a 3. Down around the corner at the donut shop, there were 5 little donuts with sprinkles on the top. Along came Miss Sandy all alone, and she took the brown donut all the way home. Down around the corner at the donut shop, there were 4 little donuts with sprinkles on the top. Along came Miss Jennifer all alone, and she took the green one all the way home. Down around the corner at the donut shop, there were 3 little donuts with sprinkles on the top. Along came Miss Ann all alone, and she took the pink one all the way home. Down around the corner at the donut shop, there were 2 little donuts with sprinkles on the top. Along came Miss Alexa all alone, and she took the purple donut all the way home. Down around the corner at the donut shop, there was 1 little donut with sprinkles on the top. Along came Miss Micah all alone, and she took the yellow one all the way home.
Okay, Yellow family, for the activity that we're going to do today, we're going to actually be making a flower out of a paper plate. So if you have a paper plate this size, you can use this one, or if you have a smaller one, that works too. I have some different construction paper out. I have a glue stick, which is stuck to the paper, and a stapler and some tissue paper. So you can take your paper plate, whatever size you want to use, and you can make cuts in it if you want, or if you would not like to. You don't have to, but you do just make some cuts on the plate like this. Make sure your thumb is up when you're cutting. And then you can color it, paint it, put markers on it, make it any color you want, either size. Then after that, or you could also take your glue and glue on some tissue paper. If you have tissue paper, you can make your flower that way too. Either way. Then, after you've done all of that, I have cut out of green construction paper, and you can also use whatever color you have, a stem. And I've cut out 2 leaves for you. So what you're gonna do is you're going to, and then I also cut out, I forgot, a flower, the middle for the flower. So I cut out a pink one, but you could use green, blue, whatever color construction paper you have at home. You're gonna take your glue stick. You're going to glue, after you've done your coloring, you're gonna glue this to the middle. Then you're going to take your stem and you're going to take your glue stick and glue on your petals, your leaves right here. I glue on my leaves. Then I'm gonna take my stapler and I'm going to staple it to my colored. I'm gonna put my middle on here for you guys to see. Even my flower's gonna be white today, everyone. And then I'm gonna take my stem that I made and my stapler. I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna put my stapler now. Make sure you have it underneath, right where the stapler goes. 2 hands. And there's your flower. Hi everyone, for this week for our journaling, I would like you to, I have Claire's journal here. I would like you to make a journal page on what you like to do at home. What's your favorite thing that you're doing at home right now? Hello, Yellow Family. I wanted to share with you what everyone is doing at home. And here is Benjamin making his binoculars out of toilet paper roll. And here he is again. And he's taping it, and he has stickers. And this is Benjamin's journal that he wrote. He said that the things that I miss most about school is I miss playing with the blocks and magnet squares and the dinosaurs. And then he wrote his name, Benjamin. And here's Madeline. And Madeline picked some flowers. And she wrote with chalk, yellow, pink, red, and purple. And then she has yellow flowers, purple flowers right there, red flowers, and pink flowers right there, and purple flowers right there. And there's Madeline's. And now we're gonna go outside with Miss Micah and do some shadow drawing.
Today we're going to do some shadow drawing. I've got a piece of paper here in the sun on a table, and I'm going to take a giraffe and put it right here to make a shadow on my paper. You can use any kind of a toy that you have at home for this, and I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to start tracing the outside of the shape. Just like if we were using a stencil at school in the art center. Go all the way around your shadow with your pencil or your marker or your crayon or whatever you have at home. So there's a giraffe. Let's see what this is. We have an elephant. Going around his trunk and the elephant's tusks. Here's his big ears. I can't see over here, so I'm going to have to stand up a little bit. Get around his feet. And now I have 2 shadow drawings, and you can take a crayon or a marker or whatever you'd like to use, and you can draw in details, or that you can color it in. Shadow
Hi,
drawing.
Hello Family, it's Miss Jennifer. I'm going to read you the story of Ferdinand by Monroe Leaf and drawings by Robert Lawson. Some of you might have seen this movie. It was a really cute movie. I saw it with my kids. Ooh, how does he look like he's feeling there? Yikes. Once upon a time in Spain, there was a little bull, and his name was Ferdinand. All the other little bulls he lived with would run and jump and butt their heads together. But not Ferdinand. He liked to sit quietly and smell the flowers. He had a favorite spot out in the pasture under a cork tree. It was his favorite tree, and he would sit in its shade all day and smell the flowers. Sometimes his mother, who was a cow, would worry about him. She was afraid he would be lonesome all by himself. "Why don't you run and play with the other little bulls and skip and butt your head?" she would say, but Ferdinand would shake his head. "I like it better here where I can just sit quietly and smell the flowers." His mother saw that he was not lonesome, and because she was an understanding mother, even though she was a cow, she let him just sit there and be happy. As the years went by, Ferdinand grew and grew until he was very big and very strong. All the other bulls who had grown up with him in the same pasture would fight each other all day. They would butt each other and stick each other with their horns. What they wanted most of all was to be picked to fight at the bullfights in Madrid. There's a little poster that says bullfights. But not Ferdinand. He still liked to sit just quietly under the cork tree and smell the flowers. One day, 5 men came in very funny hats to pick the biggest, fastest, roughest bull to fight in the bullfights in Madrid. All the other bulls ran around snorting and butting and leaping and jumping so the men would think that they were very, very strong and fierce and pick them. Ferdinand knew that they wouldn't pick him, and he didn't care. So he went out to his favorite cork tree to sit down. He didn't look where he was sitting, and instead of sitting on the nice cool grass in the shade, he sat on a bumblebee. Well, if you were a bumblebee and a bull sat on you, what would you do? You would sting him, and that is just what this bee did to Ferdinand. Oh no. Wow, did it hurt! Ferdinand jumped up with a snort. He ran around puffing and snorting, butting and pawing the ground as if he were crazy. The 5 men saw him, and they all shouted with joy. Here was the largest and fiercest bull of all, just the one for the bullfights in Madrid. So, they took him away for the bullfight day in a cart. What a day it was. Flags were flying, bands were playing, and all the lovely ladies had flowers in their hair. Oh, look, they even have banners that say Ferdinand on it. They had a parade into the bull ring. First come the bandoleros with long, sharp pins with ribbons on them to stick in the bull and make him mad. Next came the picadors, who rode skinny horses, and they had long spears to stick in the bull and make him madder. Oh dear. I don't think Ferdinand's going to like that very much. Then came the Matador, the proudest of all. He thought he was very handsome and bowed to the ladies. He had a red cape and a sword and was supposed to stick the bull last of all. Then came the bull, and you know who that was, don't you? Ferdinand. Can you see him down there? He looks so little, it must be a great big place that he's in. They called him Ferdinand the Fierce, and all the bandoleros were afraid of him, and the picadors were afraid of him, and the Matador was scared stiff. Ferdinand ran to the middle of the ring, and everyone shouted and clapped because they thought he was going to fight fiercely and butt and snort and stick his horns around. What do you think he's going to do? But not Ferdinand. When he got to the middle of the ring, he saw the flowers and all the lovely ladies' hair, and he just sat down quietly and smelled. He wouldn't fight and be fierce no matter what they did. He just sat and smelled. And the bandoleros were mad, and the picadors were madder, and the Matador was so mad he cried because he couldn't show off with his cape and sword. So they had to take Ferdinand home. Can you see him in the little cart? And for all I know, he is sitting there still under his favorite cork tree, smelling the flowers, just quietly. He is very happy.
Okay, Yellow Family, it's time to sing our goodbye song. Me and Miss Jen are going to be singing. So let's get a beat and we can say goodbye. Goodbye, Henry. Goodbye, Claire. Goodbye, Sawyer. came today. Hey! Goodbye, Benjamin. Goodbye, Madeline. Goodbye, Landon. We're glad you came today.